Welcome back, everyone. I'm hoping the sound sounds good. This is the first time we're actually trying it this way. I was going live on Instagram like twice, and I had a pretty good, a pretty good crowd. But I kind of wanted to bring it to my fans here on Rodian Radio and see what they thought. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start off by giving you guys the history of this drum machine on when it all started for me. I was introduced to this drum machine in 1988, the year after it came out. And the person who taught me how to use this obviously was Dr. Dre. His cousin Sir Jinx eventually started helping me out how to use this drum machine. And then eventually Quick gave me his whole library, which I have right here, which later on I'll pretty much show you guys. But when I started producing, I really didn't know what the hell I was doing. So if you guys have any questions, try to put it on the live chat. I'm looking at it right here, and maybe you guys can help me out. But let me just say that when I sample onto this drum machine, you have to get a certain level. You have to set it to sample, and you have to hit it at the right time. Once you get it into the drum machine, you can start truncating, which if you have an MPC 60, you guys call it trim. Some drum machines call it slice, okay? I call it truncating. So that's my beat. My tempo is 91.0, and I have my snare. I always sampled my snare separate from my kick. That way I can, hear it like that. Now, I'm gonna play you guys something. Let me see. Let me show you guys my sounds. Hopefully it sounds okay. What does it sound like to you guys? Okay. Another part of my sample. Now, that says, come on, clap your hands, but I had to sample it on 45 because this machine only has 10 seconds worth of sampling time. So if you sample it fast, you save time, and then all you gotta do is slow it down in the drum machine. Hopefully you make it fit with your metronome. Like for an example, when I sample it, it sounds like this. When you slow it down, it sounds like this. Okay. Another part of my sample, my hi-hat. Let me see if I have anything else. This is a very simple beat. Let me give you the history of this beat. This beat was a beat that I did for High C on his first album, and we just never finished it. We had some bass, we had some other guitar, we had some Fender Rhodes on there, we had some strings on the chorus, and it just didn't make the cut. So I kept it, and this was actually going to be song number 1 on his album, but it never came out. So let me play you this right here. Okay, 0, 1, 0, 2. Let's see, do I have anything here? Here we go, it's right here. Oops. Give me 1 second. Nope. Okay, 0, 1. Let me go. Do I have anything on 0, 9? I'm trying to find an empty spot for this. Let me give you guys an example. Okay, so now I got to copy segment 1 to 40, no, 50. Here we go. So what I did on segment 1, when I say segment 1, you hear this. I copy that into another segment, then I can start taking stuff off for an example. That way you guys could just hear the beat. If I'm going too fast, you guys let me know, because sometimes I get my friends that come over and I'm racing through and they're like, bro, slow down. That's just the way I work, okay? Okay, here it is. So that's just my beat. I created that beat, but it really sounds like this. With the hi-hat, the kick, and flipping the snares, I made the beat my own. Now with the other samples, this is what it sounds like. Okay, now you guys have to let me know, how does the sound sound out there? Because honestly, we've never done this before, so I want to make sure that the sound sounds good. Let me know, okay, Alex?
Yeah, you said it's good.
Okay, dope. Okay, I'm gonna go over some of the stuff that I did that never came out, and I'm actually gonna be putting together an instrumental track. Hopefully, you guys, hopefully we'll get it done by the end of this year. Maybe drop it by Christmas or in January. But I want to put together a instrumental album of all the stuff that never came out, never saw daylight. And it's funny because I have to turn down the volume for you guys to hear me good. When I go live on Instagram, I'll be bumping the shit out of that motherfucker. So that's how I feel it. But let me see. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta see what's what. 0, 0, 0. Okay, that's my kick right there. This is what this floppy looks like. Okay, let me slow that down. Remember, I have to sample a lot of these things on 45 so that I can save time. That's my snare. Now this snare, you can actually open it up and close it. Listen. That's a dope ass snare right there. Okay. Okay, so here's what this sounds like. Now, before I play it all together, I got to create something for you guys so you guys can hear what is it that I'm doing. So that one was 0. Okay, let me copy 0, 0 to 0, 10. I'm going to take out the sample so you can just hear my bottom beat. So this is just now the bottom beat without the sample on top. I always create a fat bottom beat for you guys to get a good feel for it. Listen to it. Okay, I'm gonna take out my snare so you can see how this snare adds to it. I'm gonna bring it back up. Now I'm gonna play it with my sample. Now, even though this is just an introduction today, I'm going to be getting a little bit more in depth. Eventually, I'm going to bring a turntable, my mixer, and I'm going to show you how I sample. Because a lot of you guys ask, how do you get the sound into the drum machine? Okay, but I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Okay, when I put the floppy in, I put it in, I hit disk, and then I hit 0 for it to load sequences and songs, okay, or sounds. So it's loading. When it loads, it actually brings it up to the top so I can hit it on every single pad. I can actually take out the floppy and the music will still be in there. So let me do that for you guys right now in a second. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see what you guys are doing up here. Somebody put it, invite mugs. Yeah, anytime, bro. You look, I'm not one to brag, bro, but when it comes to this drum machine, I know this motherfucker like the back of my hand. Okay? Okay. So now it's loaded, I could take it out. Now I want to show you guys something. That's my kick. That's a sampled open hat. My snare, 808. Got a little clavinet. Hear that? Here's a tambourine. Watch me open it and close it. I'm gonna close it. There we go. You got a zap sample. My zap clap. Another open hat. I actually put that on top of my open hat sample. my hi-hat, and I got my shaker. I was trying to create a dance bottom beat. Maybe later on I'll let you guys listen to it. This one's already finished. I'm going to be releasing it on the album. But this is just the bottom beat that I created before I started adding music. I had Fender Rhodes on there. I had I believe it was the JX3P. It was a rolling keyboard. It's what they use to play Atomic Dog on. I used that. I used some Fender Rhodes, and I had my boy play some congas. I had a real dope Zap feel for this song. And this is just a bottom beat. Check it out. Oops. Now, that was done in 1997. Okay. But that song is actually done, so hopefully I'll put it on the album, because I just have so many songs, and I have so many discs that I'm going to be going through, guys. So I'm going to be doing maybe just like 30, 40-minute segments, and eventually, eventually get to some of the good stuff. Now, I do want to show you guys something. Somebody asked me, can you record over these once you've already got some music on here? Yes. Okay. Let me show you guys something. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little hole right here. Okay. All you have to do is close that little hole. It's kind of like a little cassette when you used to break off the tab at the bottom. And if you wanted to record over again, you stick some little piece of paper in there so you can record. So now that hole is gone. Now you can record over it to help it not record, or to be safe. Put the tab down. If not, you can fuck around and erase it. So let me go ahead and load this up, and I'm gonna break down another beat here as well. You know what's funny? I was going on Instagram Live for a couple of times, and I was really liking it because I was able to bump the shit. And this one kind of threw me off a little bit because this is my first time I'm doing it here. But the music is so low, it's so hard for me to get into it. You gonna feel that, Alex? Huh? It's almost like my vibe is not there. But tape it up, yeah. Amazon is not going to carry an SP1200. Yeah, I guess I wrote that, right, Alex? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's my kick. This one I did, man, I know it was early 90s, maybe 93, but listen to what I did. That's my kick. Sliding the Family Stone. You guys remember Dre used that for 187 on an Undercover Cop? Zap. That's an average white band sample. I believe it's what it is. Then I did sample Funky Worm. I sampled 4 different parts of Funky Worm. Listen. And I created my own melody. You'll hear it in a moment. My hat. And I think that's it. Here it is here, you guys. Here it goes. What happened? Isn't? Okay, that was it. This guy's trying to talk to me right now, so I don't know what were you saying?
If that sound is going left and right channel.
No.
Okay.
No, is that what it sounded like?
Yeah, maybe we gotta turn it up a little bit.
Let me try that again, because he kind of missed on my flow. Let me see. 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 0, 0. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me take out my motor bounce so you guys can hear it. Do you hear it clear? So I created my own melody just by sampling, guys. You could do it yourself, just gotta have the dope ass imagination, okay? But that's what makes this drum machine very, very unique, because when you sample things on 45 and you slow it down, it gives it that crunchy, gritty, dirty sound that only the SP12 can give. The MPC 60 doesn't have it. The MPC 60 is an amazing drum machine, but this drum machine is my choice when it comes down to sampling and cutting and chopping and truncating. I can get down on this shit. But I'll get down a little more technical. Today is just somewhat of an introduction that I'm doing for you guys. So in the future, when I go live, I'll get a little bit more technical on how you sample into here, how you truncate it, and how you find the BPMs. Now, let me just go through the BPMs. When I say the BPMs is the time, if you will, this time is 101. In other words, your tempo. So what I would do, I want you guys to hear my metronome. This is 101.0. Okay? So what I would do, I would grab my record that I'm about to sample, and I would pitch it to match that metronome. Once that record is riding along with this metronome, now I'm ready to sample it, because I know once I put it in here, it's going to be that tempo, and I don't have to really tweak it as much. So that's how you do it, but I'll do it live. Yes, beats per minute, BPMs. Let me see. Is there anything on there that... Put some headphones on Tony. Why, Norbert? Is there any good questions on there, Alex, so far? Because I do want to interact with the people, but I want to be able to take my time and at least answer some of the questions. No. No. Okay. Let me see. You know, I didn't even put the flyer on my page today. You know, I'm going to show you one little jazzy one that I did the other day. Well, not the other day, but I actually did it on Instagram. And a lot of people liked it, so I'm going to show it to you guys. It's a little jazzy feel, dope-ass drummer, some samples. I think you guys will really enjoy this one. So I'm loading it up right now. I'll break it down, and then I'll play it for you guys. And if you guys have any questions on what I'm doing, feel free to ask. I'm just trying to see if this little segment on the SP12 really works for you guys. You know what? And first and foremost, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in, because today's a Saturday, and you guys didn't have to be here, but you guys are. So much love and respect to you guys. Now, let me see. Somebody put appreciate the shit for reals, beats per minute. Let me see. The rave scene elevated that metronome. Yep. Now, here's a question that, it's a common question that people always ask me when they see me on the drum machine. Do you use today's technology? Yes, of course. I use Logic. I'll be honest with you, I really don't like it. But I'd rather use Logic than Fruity Loops. I'd rather use Logic than Ableton. And even though I barely know how to use Ableton, Logic seems a little bit more simpler. But I'm a button bashing guy, so it's hard for me to sit there and click with a mouse. It really is hard, but the technology is great. I don't knock it. I just need pads to be able to hit beats. Okay, here's my kick. That's my sample. My snare. Okay. That's my bottom beat. My hat. Let me see, do I have anything else? No, but it's funny. The other day, my friend tells me, man, I like it when you bring up the sounds. You play me all the sounds, but I don't know what it's going to sound like, but this is what this sounds like. Okay, so let's play it. Okay, here it comes. It's gonna go break down into a chorus. Okay. Somebody asked the question, and I like that question. Have you ever worked on the ASR-10? No, I didn't. Of course, all my buddies had them, but I was pretty simple. I stuck to the SB12, and I stuck to the MPC 60 when it first came out. That's pretty much all I used, and then eventually I bought the MPC 3000. So I used that, and I pretty much just stayed there. But that's a great sampler. So, all right, let's see. I got another one coming up. I'm gonna break this one down again. Man, I don't know, it's not the same feel that I had the other night, bro. The other night, you know what it is, Alex, is that we're able to bump the hell out of it. You know, so I think I'm gonna do the Instagrams during the week, or maybe do this one on the weekend or something, because it's not the same feel for me. So I actually feel like I'm bored myself.
You're podcasting?
Yeah, like I'm podcasting pretty much. Okay. Let me see. Okay, here we go. It's my kick. Let me break this one down. This one I did, and I made a lot of these shorts and reels for Instagram and YouTube, and I broke this one down. This one got me over 300,000 views on Instagram and on YouTube. So let me break this one down, and then I'll show you what I did. So this was, once again, I Can Make You Dance by Zap, and I'm gonna slow this one down. I had a sample that on 45, and when I slowed it down, it added a gritty, nasty, crunchy feel. Listen to it. So it sounds like this when you hit them together. Okay, that's my snare. And I sampled the bottom beat to plug tunings. Okay. And here I transformed Funky Worm. Now on my mixer, maybe I should bring it out. On my mixer, there's a crossfader, there's a up and down fader, and then there's a Q button. It controls the volume. And what I did here, I played the record and I just turned the volume up and down, so it went like this. That's all I did, and I sampled that, okay? I added some James Brown to it, some Parliament, and just the noise that I got from a sound effects record. Okay, another sound, let's see. And a bunch of weird shit, but let's play it all together, and here's what it sounds like. I need this shit louder, bro. I'm gonna let this one play for a little bit because I want you guys to really listen to it. Before the 16 bars end, there's a little breakdown before it goes back into the chorus. Okay, it's about to break down right here. Okay, now I have to answer the $1 million question. When I put that on Instagram, somebody said, you're going to get hit with a lawsuit for all those samples. Look, let me tell you something. I was signed to one of the biggest record labels in the world, Disney. Disney releases, and Disney cleared everything. So if you want to go after Disney, go ahead, but they already cleared it. So this song is already out. It was on High C's second album, a song called Swingin', and the song is called Wannabe. You know, I didn't like the mix. I didn't mix it, but this was the song that I created. And I'm doing this because, you know what, for years, people have always thought that I was just a DJ. They didn't know necessarily that I was a producer, or they just thought I was a podcaster. No, podcasting is like some new shit to me, so that I don't really care to do anymore. But I started off as a DJ, mixtape guy, producer, director, podcaster, and eventually gigolo. What happened? DJ Toro in the house. This is a dope segment. Thank you, my bro. A lot of people don't know DJ Toro has traveled around the world over 5 different times, but probably more. DJ for Raekwon, he's DJ for Cameron, Cassidy, countless people. Every time I go to New York, that's who I stay with. I stay with him in Harlem. So thank you for staying up, Toro. Thank you for everything, my bro. Okay, let's see what else. Now, I got something special, okay? Look at this one. Okay, this one right here is by DJ Quick. This is the one that he did on the High C album because they couldn't clear one of the samples that I had. So let me load this up. This is a treat for you guys. If you guys never heard this, this is an instrumental, and I want you to see how he samples on how he breaks it down. I think this will be a treat. Eventually, when I do a couple of more segments, I'm going to start breaking down some of his floppies. Let me give you an example. I have like this many, if not more, of Quick, okay? I have an entire catalog. So if he's watching, much love, bro. But check this out. I'll play and then I'll break it down. Okay, let's break it down. Let's break down the sounds. See, even he had to sample that one faster. Okay, that's the snare. That's his 808. Tambourine. His hat. His open hat. Little clavinet. Nope, that's it. Let me break it down for you guys. Man, this shit makes me want to bump this shit, but let's see. That shit hard right there, bro. That shit knocks right there. But like I said, guys, this is just pretty much an introduction of this drum machine, the SP12. They came out in 1987. I didn't get my hands on one until 1988. My manager at the time, Steve Yano, had bought it for me. The manual was like this thick, bro. It was like a phone book. This generation probably doesn't even know what a phone book is. But it was really this thick. And I said, I'm not going to read that. I would rather have somebody turn it on and show me how they sample, show me how they truncate, show me how to find my beats per minute, show me how to loop it, show me how to put it in a segment, then eventually in a song mode, then eventually from song mode into a 24-track board, okay? Now, for those of you guys that are probably wondering, who don't know who's used this drum machine, Dr. Dre used it. He created Eazy-E's first album, NWA's first album, Michel'le's first album, the DOC's first album, Above the Law's first album, JJ Fast's first album. DJ Quick produced his first album on here. AMG produced his first album on here. Second to None, and me for High C. This is the one, and we only had 10 seconds worth of sampling time. Think about that. Today, we have countless of hours of sampling time or of equipment, and the music sounds like trash. So, and I said it, yeah, that's the way it sounds.
Do you still have the manual?
No, hell no. I never even opened it. Yeah, so when somebody says, do you still have the manual? I never even opened up that crap, okay? But I'm gonna tell you something. This is the difference between Dr. Dre and DJ Quick, and I've been in the studio with both. Dre didn't read manuals either. He just turned it on and started, hitting pads, okay? Quick reads everything. He reads everything. That's the difference, okay? I know because I've been there. One thing about Dre, so like right here to my left, you could see a set of libraries of floppies, okay? This is just one of many that I have, okay? One day, I asked Dre, hey, you know what? I want to get some sounds. Do you think you can give me some sounds? And he went in his back pocket, and he gave me a flop, and he went like this. I'm expecting a library, okay? And I said, what's this? And he says, my sounds. And I said, well, what's on here? And he goes, well, I did Supersonic on there. So I have like a kick and a snare and a hat and a tambourine and whatever. And I was like, oh, no, but your library. And this is what tripped me out. He says, I don't have a library. I just use one, and I just erase it, and I keep doing beats. What? That's what he said. He goes, I just use one. I don't have a library. I will load it in. If I want a snare, I put the record on. I sample it. If I want an 808, I'll take it from the 808 drum machine. If I want a hi-hat, I'll take it from there. If I want to sample something from the Ultimate Breaks and Beats, I'll take it from the record. I just build it. We track it onto the 24-track board. And then after that's already there, then I just erase this and start all over. And he had it in his back pocket, okay? The difference between him and Quick were, when I asked Quick for some sounds, he said, here you go, Tone. That's what he said, here you go, Tone, okay? Now, some idiots are always commenting, and they're saying, Tony, did you ever give him back? Yes, I gave him back. You can make copies, bro. I gave him all his sounds back. As a matter of fact, I think I kept it like for 3 days, because that's how long it took for me to load it up, then get my own floppy, format it, and then save sequences and sounds. It took me a long time, but now I have a whole library of it. I'll give you an example. Let me play you guys one that I have of his. I have many of his, but I'll give you guys one. And then I'll play some more, you know, when I continue doing other segments. But like I said, meanwhile, this is just somewhat of an introduction to what I'm doing here. Somebody said, man, convert that shit. Look, and for those of you guys that are wondering, yes, you know what? I make copies. I make doubles. You know, I have a whole set just copied somewhere else. And the other common question that people ask me, how old are they and do they last? Everything that I'm loading up right now is at least 30 years old, you know, and they still work. They still work. I don't know how, but they still work. I mean, I keep them in a nice, cool room. That's probably it. But okay, let's break this one down. You guys tell me what this is. Here we go. Tell me what that is. Who could tell me what that is? He said, Tony was about to say cock. No, that's not me, bro. As a matter of fact, that's the name of the song, Just Ain't Me. That's the name of the song, Just Ain't Me, by Second to None. Okay? Play it again. What the fuck was that? You hear that? Ooh, shit. Okay. Let me break down another one, and then we'll probably be getting out of here. I don't plan to be on here too long. But before I do, I just want to take a little
Somebody said these are relics.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. You know what? Give me a second. While this is loading, hold on. No, you know what? I'm not gonna leave. I was gonna go get something. Let me see. You guys give me some ideas of what you guys want me to do. Blah blah blah. Sample and some. What's that?
They wanted you to play I'm Not Your Puppet. Always, everyone.
You're just gonna have to wait for that, okay? It's my kick. Yeah. Now that sound right there is actually an ambulance sound, but I reversed it. I'm just gonna play you my sounds, and then I'll press play, see if you guys can put it together in your head, okay? Because keep in mind, when I do these beats, I would just be at home bored as hell, like in the 90s. I had, my own room, I had my equipment, my turntables. I would just turn the drum on and then try to get creative. If I hear sounds and it clicked and I thought it went well with it, I start needle dropping and sampling. So here's my sounds. There we go. What else do I have on here? My hat. I think that's it. I played you my sounds. This is what I heard in my head when I was sampling needle dropping. Here he comes. So that was that. Tell me what you guys think, okay? All right. Anyways, Norbert, stop trying to be engineer, okay? Let me see. Let me do one more, guys, and then I'm going to get on out of here, okay? White band. I want to be able to interact with you guys, so if you guys got any ideas, you guys want to drop, or any questions, be looking out, Alex, for those. Let me see, what else? Norbert over here texting me while I'm live. You got to be ashamed of yourself. You need to be thankful I actually said your name. Okay, let me see. Fuck. All right, let's see. What am I going to play for you guys? Ooh, I know which one. Go ahead.
Toro says, that sounds like Cypress Hill would be on that.
A lot of people said that, Toro. Thank you for that, my bro. He got my message. Shut your ass. Norbert, you need to start using dude wipes, okay? We were at Club Rhodium, okay? This guy goes in the bathroom, takes a dookie, comes back out, and starts dancing. I'm afraid of dudes like that. Do you own any keyboards? You know what? I'm glad you asked that, because let me tell you why. I used to collect a lot of vintage keyboards. I had 5 different Moogs, the Moog Source, the Micro Moog, the Mini Moog, and 2 other ones, okay? One of them was from actually Radio Shack. It was the Realistic Moog. I used to collect Fender Rhodes. I had the 88 key and the 73 key Fender Rhodes. I had a Hohner clavinet keyboard, an original one. Let me see, and I had maybe about 5 other keyboards. ARP Odyssey, and I had the Oberheim. I had I believe it's the JX3P Roland, and maybe like 2 other ones. But that's what I collected. And then I realized when I hit the 2000s, when I hit the 2000s, like here comes 2001, 2002, crunk came in, and all they wanted was a boom, 808 and a clap, and some guy by the name of Little John yelling at people. And it took over music. Nobody cared about a good, warm, analog sound. So you know what I did? I sold my shit. Like, ain't nobody gonna hire me to play these keyboards when all they want is an 808 and a clap and a hi-hat and somebody saying, okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's my sounds, guys. Here we go. Okay. All right, let me see. Where did I put this instrumental at? There it is, This is just my bottom beat, okay, guys? And then I'll play it all together. I just need you to hear how I build from the bottom up. So here it goes. All together, it sounds like this. Here it goes. This is the one I called Clint Eastwood meets the boom bap. This is some sexy cowboy shit. You can just imagine me going down PCH on a horse. Tony, can you get EHK on your podcast? Yes, I would love to. I would love to get DJ Muggs. And you know what I would like to do? Get these guys on this drum machine. That's what I would like to do. So, anyways, other than that, guys, let me see. I'm going to leave you guys with this because I am going to go and have a little drink just to celebrate tonight's session. Okay, but I promise I'll be back. I'll put up the flyer this time on my page. I didn't post it on my page. I just posted on my community. Whoever tapped in. I know it's Saturday. A lot of people got a lot of things going on, but I appreciate the people that did tap in. Much love and respect to you guys. But let me read some of your questions before we say goodbye. Okay, do you carry dude wipes with your everywhere you go, Tony? Yes, I do. Okay, because if you don't use dude wipes, you're walking around with caca on your ass, bro. Straight up. Okay. This is why you walk by and girls hold their nose. Let me see. Throw some lawless beats. All of that's coming, bro. All of that lawless shit's coming. This is just my first time that, that I'm on here. But I'm going to get into a little bit more how something that was created to hinder us, I used to advance us on this drum machine. For an example, you have 8 outs. If you have something on the same out, like if I have my bottom beat and my snare on output number 8, whenever I hit them, it will cancel out. I'm going to walk you guys through that, how that ended up benefiting me, and it helped me create bottom beats that no one knew how I was making them, but eventually I'm going to share that secret. As a matter of fact, I'll share that secret on the next episode on part 2, and we'll just keep going on from there. If you guys have any questions on more about this, you could DM me, or you can super chat me, or whatever, and we'll go from there. Eventually, I'll take calls. Can you say, you still use the S24, Tony? How does it compare? Honestly, I ended up selling it. I didn't care for it. I think it sounded pretty good, but I thought, in my opinion, they made it a little bit too complicated. And I was looking for people that can do what I can do on the SP12, on the S24, and I couldn't find anyone, so I just got rid of it. I lasted about a year. It came with some stock sounds, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. The stock sounds were whack, okay? I wish they would have hit me up. I would have gave them sounds for a price for them to put on there for stock sounds. Those sounds on that drum machine needed truncating. Like, it just wasn't my thing. So let me see what else. Peace, Tony. Did you ever use? No, I didn't. The ASR 10. No, all my buddies had them, but I never used it. I used the SP12, MPC 16. Eventually, I got the MPC 3000. So I hope you guys enjoyed it today, bro. Punk shit scratch. I'm eventually going to break down punk shit, bro, because a lot of people ask me about the scratches. They say, you were the only dude that made sentences out of scratches. And I started that at the Rhodium Swami. And eventually, like I said, yeah, and you're right. You're right, Lattice. Stock sounds always sucked. But this was a drum machine that everybody had been waiting for. And for those stock sounds to come out like that, they were bullshit. That drum machine should have been on a whole other level, bro. But other than that, yeah, that's it. I'll leave you guys with this, and I'm out of here. Salud. I'm out of here, pal.